Okay. Looking good, I think. Yes, maybe. Possibly. Let me just readjust. Because, oh my god, that is sized horribly. What the hell? Okay, Streamlabs is still causing me problems, even to this day. Even though I fixed the initial issue. But anyway, hello everyone. It's your favorite programming error that just refused to be fixed. Code here. And we're back with more Minecraft. Kiseki, hello and congrats on being first. Let me get some BGM in here so it's not as quiet. So, we are back doing more crafting and mining. Yeah. So here's the dealio. You might already be able to tell that my menu looks a little bit different because of the newest mod edition. As I said in my previous Minecraft stream, I ran some tests, made sure everything is sorted out, and thus today I was able to implement everything to lay the groundwork for Stream 100. So yes, the groundwork for Stream 100 is now laid, and I can basically confirm that yes, Stream 100 will indeed be what I planned for it to be, which is allowing people to join the world. So hooray! That is gonna be happening. And that is why the menu looks different, because today I implemented the mod that is necessary for the multiplayer to work, which is essential. So yeah. Figured I might as well say that. Now, I did do a little test run, as I said, in between the previous Minecraft stream and this one. Everything worked fine. So now we know. And we can jump back in. Need about 350. That is a streak. That is a streak and a half. 350 streams. How does one streak that high? I have no idea. How does one do it? Gabe, you are an absolute legend. Alright, we have stuff in here again that needs to die. Anything else? Yes. Anything else? Or did I get everything? Was it just 2 birds this time? Huh. Okay, I'll take that. Gonna be lurking? Alright, appreciate the lurk. I appreciate the lurk. In the meantime, I'm gonna be doing the usual. First things first, let's go upstairs and focus on the hotel. That is gonna need a little bit of extra work. But we are making good progress on that. So what do we need? We finished the floor, so now we need... Today we need to finish the walls and add in the ceiling. Let's see if that's enough materials. I don't know. I hope it is. I hope it's gonna be enough. It's not like I know for certain. That goes in here. Then we have some feathers, which go over... some way over here. I thought they were somewhere over here. Oh yeah, there they are. Alright. Time to get to work. The hotel isn't gonna complete itself after all. Though we have gotten pretty far already by the looks of it. Alright, as per usual, we gotta be OSHA compliant, which means... There we go. And now let's get to work. Huh. I guess I was already almost done with the walls as well. Now they do need to go up one layer further, yes. But yeah, raise everything by one layer and then we can already start on adding in the ceiling. Yeah, I know it isn't your hole, also hi Tormuse. Don't worry, we will be getting back to the hole today as well, but this is another thing that we started last time, which is the expansion, you know, double the number of rooms in the Waifu Hotel. And I think, considering how far we got, we should be able to wrap it up. The walls are almost done, the floor is entirely done. Should be good. I just need to raise the walls by one more layer and then add in the ceiling, and then we're basically good with the expansion. It's insane when you look at all that. And I know it's still not gonna be enough. I just heard Nyako. Yeah, should be in this room, I imagine? Yeah. You know what? It's actually kind of funny. The existence of Nyako will ensure that Power's room will at all times be the noisiest room in the hotel. Which is so fitting. It's just so fitting for Power's room to be incredibly noisy. It's just weird that the noise is gonna be coming mainly from her cat rather than from her. Oh well. When Fem Denji. Ah, yes. We need to balance power with Denji. What if... Okay, weird pitch here. What if when I move in Makima... Like, I have Makima's room already done. What if I just put a dog in Makima's room and name it Denji? If you've watched Chainsaw Man, you know why that would be fitting to have a dog named Denji. Perfect. Genius, I know. Can't stick around because it's a nice thing I was hoping to get for a bike ride. Alright, you do that, you do that. I mean, for me, as you know, with time zones and everything, my day is already over, which is why I can afford to be live right now. But yeah, hope you have a pleasant trip outside. Enjoy the weather. The thing is, I already have tamed dogs down in the outdoors area. I could just grab one of them, name it Denji, and put it in Makima's room. Wouldn't even be too much trouble. You know, I just might, honestly. Ah, yes, that question. I think it's needless to say, I think the dumbest project in Survive Life done is probably the hole I'm digging right now. It's dumb, it's absolutely pointless. It serves absolutely no practical purpose. And it just takes a bunch of time. Oh, hi, we're playing Power? I see, because the full release came out, I am aware. Well, I hope it's fun. Hope it is plenty of fun. Oh yeah, I haven't really pointed out the soundtrack that we're playing today. I've been keeping the Danganronpa train rolling, so you know, last time we had V3 music playing, and today I decided to play the music from Ultra Despair Girls. So, yeah. We'll see what kind of soundtrack I'll choose for next time. I'm not entirely certain yet. Okay, moving over to this side now. And then, when we're done with the walls, I will probably need to grab some more materials again, but oh well. Powered has a Terraria collab? I've heard about that, actually. I have heard about that. Okay, almost done with the walls. Almost done. Just a little bit more. And can you believe that even with this massive expansion to the hotel, it's still not gonna be enough to house all the waifus. To be fair though, at least we don't need to indefinitely expand this area, because we now know that the current roster of waifus that's available, that will be it. There will be no further waifus being added, which, again, it is a bit of a shame. Certainly. But nothing I can really do about that. And done. Okay, what's next on the agenda? I can make that jump. Yeah. So I need sandstone brick stairs and smooth sandstone slabs. And streak is growing for you too, huh? And sand brick stair slabs for the hallway. Okay. Also, hi, Rob. Well, I guess we'll start with the hallway then, since we do have the materials for that at hand, at least. Some of them. Right, sand brick stairs. Yes. Right, this is gonna be the annoying part again. It's probably easier to do it from up here. Damn it. Maybe this is gonna be easier. Yeah, I think this is easier. Even though I still make mistakes, apparently. Hot pack, use arsenal for rituals and logistics only, and use iron spells for actual combat. Okay. Grabbing this. No! Okay, fine, I'll shrink again. There we go. Delete some mods, the amount of biomes is way too much to be playable. 5 pounds of grass everywhere, which won't allow you to build. I mean, just get rid of the grass then. Use water buckets or something. Answer me. I did not claim Limbus Mail. I am sorry. Okay, now we gotta do this stupid little corner here. Like this. 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 Did that do the trick? Yup, that worked. Okay. I think that's how I did it everywhere, right? Just double checking. Yep. Just like that. Okay. So you get free shit. Yeah, I know the shit and everything. I know I need to get it. But the grass drops each grass item. I don't want to destroy that much grass. My place has making a base and don't move it ever. Then don't move it. Yeah, I mean, if you have a solid base, why would there be a need to move? Alright, more stairs and then I'm already out. That was faster than I thought, honestly. Alright, let's see how far we can go with these, and then I guess I'll have to grab more again. At least the materials for the walls are cheap. The floor is hella expensive. Whoops. How did I even place that? There should have been no way to place the stair like that, normally. Okay. Your skill issue made it happen, I guess, somehow. Okay, now I'm gonna need panels. Oh, I just remembered. Oh, the panels are gonna make this annoying. Well, for now, let's grab more of the sand. I just remembered that placing panels is actually extra tedious. But it'll be fine. And sandstone brick stairs for the rooms. There we go. Now I should have plenty to work with for now, I hope. We'll see. At least I got a cupcake, so that's good. Okay, back to work then. So vanilla blocks, stairs, stairs, stairs. Let's make like 4 stacks for now, see how far that gets me. Who knows, that might already be enough. Probably not though. I mean, to be fair though, I am approaching the halfway point with these stairs already, so could be enough. I definitely did not bring enough of the other stairs. go over to the other side, like this. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And continuing back this way. Damn it. Okay, why and how? Finally. Okay. I hate it. Stairs are always so annoying to work with. Oh well. Can't wait for Claire de Lune to start playing again. Free VOD mute? Why would you think that it would give me a VOD mute? In fact, isn't Claire de Lune considered, you know... Isn't it royalty free at this point? I don't know. One of my YouTube VODs was muted? Okay, I see. Well, I haven't had that issue thus far. Only there was a debug stick craftable. See, the thing is... It's not just craftable. I know Monica gives me debug sticks. The problem is, I found out the hard way. While I can get a debug stick, it's not usable in survival. I can obtain it, but it doesn't do anything. There we go. About Minecraft mods, you know, that one mod that has crazy exploit and can get a virus on your PC. That one, you say, as if there aren't multiple that can infect you with viruses. I know there are multiple mods out there that straight up dox you. Matica is the mod that can... It can get you a virus? I wasn't aware that Lightmatica can get you one. Huh. Yeah, I know that's a really popular mod, but... Huh. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's a mod I have, in fact, used in the past. Like, not on this mod pack, obviously, but still. Pretty sure I used it... Right. Pretty sure I used Lightmatica when I played on Sid's server. Remember Sidious doing like a Minecraft server? Pretty sure that server is actually still up. Haven't played on there in a long time. But I'm pretty sure I used Lightmatica to easily make my map arts. So that's interesting to know that that can actually get you a virus. You learn something new every day. You join a server with the mod, you can get a virus if there is someone malicious exploiting it. Ah, okay. Then I should probably have been fine because City as a server was relatively, or rather is a relatively small community where everyone kind of at least tangentially knows each other. But okay, now I know not to use that on servers ever. We're just barely gonna not have enough, huh? And here I was, just saying, oh yeah, it might actually be enough. And yeah, might is, well, I was definitely cutting it close here, as you can see. Just that little bit there still missing. Well, then let's get to work with the rooms. Oh my god. There we go. These ones are ever so slightly different from the ones in the hallway. I don't remember why I chose ever so slightly different ones for the rooms, but I know I did, so now I gotta be consistent about it. Well, at least this should be relatively easy, because all I gotta do is just walk around and do this for every room, which, how many more did I add? 24, I think, right? Yeah, it's 6 per, which means 12, which means, yeah, 24 rooms total. Fun. But hey, it should be perfectly manageable at least. Like this. I mean, come on, we're already done with 3 of them now. Just gotta keep this up and we'll be done in no time. And then, once all those are in place, the next step would be to install all the... damn it. All the wooden panels. Which I guess since I do have some on me, I might as well get started on that. You know what? Fuck it. After this room... There we go. I'll get started on the wooden panels now. While I still have some spare materials on me, because I gotta do this. That is the annoying part about working with panels. this, like that. Same over here. And then we go all the way over this way. Here we go. And then all the way over this way. And let's get in there and get started. Oak planks panel. Okay, gotta get the orientation right. What's it? This way? Yes, it was that way, not this way, yes. Well, here goes. Because they need to be placed against a block to have the right orientation. Which obviously makes working with them a little bit more annoying. And again, I'm also working with stairs, which is already annoying in its own right, so what's a little bit more annoyance, right? Okay. And now this way. At least this is relatively quick. Again, annoying, but quick. Unless you make mistakes, but those can easily be fixed. There we go. Now let's get back up top. It's amazing how quickly the maze breaker can break this stuff. It is basically insta-mining. I am so happy I have this pickaxe. And that's insta-mining even when I'm outside of beacon range, right? Yep. Insta-mined even outside of beacon range. That's without haste. So definitely, when people join the world, can recommend everyone get yourself a maze breaker. It's worth it. I mean, it's a pain to get one of them, but it's worth it. Alright. You know, I just realized it's probably easier to get a maze breaker when you have a maze breaker yourself. Because the maze breaker is embedded in the labyrinth blocks, which take forever to mine unless you have a maze breaker. Which means that, I guess if people want to get a maze breaker, I should really offer my help. Let's make him in strike to mine instead. Ah, right, because we do have the... is it called the staff or the what? Yeah, there. We do have Mega Man's staff. But it's probably more efficient to use the spellbook. But this one has style. But the spellbook is definitely more efficient for mining purposes. Actually, there's a yes! Casts a large explosion, uses blaze powder. The spell crossbow and give everything into more magic per magic than amplify explosions, which is more efficient. It is definitely more efficient to use other magic stuff, especially because, for example, using the explosions from the Archmage spellbook doesn't cost you any materials. It just consumes a bit of mana, which regenerates passively and does so at a very quick rate. So basically using the spellbook for this kind of stuff is free. Whereas, again, Megumin's staff consumes blaze powder, which is not free. Okay, back to it. Checking. Yes. Oops. Okay. Okay, we're gonna need a few more. Let's make like another stack. See how far that gets us. Whoops. No! There. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't think I'll need another full stack. Let's try doing like this. Ah, I was off by 1. Okay. Fine. 1 more. And let's eat another beast burger. Okay, I'm done with the paneling. Let's keep going over here real quick. Finish off the hallway ceiling. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Okay. And that's the ceiling done in the hallways. Now, back to the rooms. Oh, right, and also clean up a little bit here. Imagine if we were able to dig this quickly in the hole. But no, obviously, because regular stone takes quite a bit longer to mine than sandstone, apparently. It really is a shame that the whole digging isn't going this quickly. I mean, it probably would if I set up a beacon. A beacon would definitely speed up the process. Why am I not setting up a beacon? Probably because I want to go down layer by layer, and in order to set up a beacon, I would have to, you know, if I want to set up a beacon, I need to dig all the way down a 1 block wide tunnel, just so the beacon beam actually can reach the sky. Because if I set up the beacon on surface level, then the effect won't actually go down all the way as I keep mining. Which I think is a little bit annoying. Like, you want to use a beacon for mining purposes, and in order to do that, you need to first mine to the lowest level where you want to use the beacon anyway. Because beacon effects only extend upward and not downward. Alright, next one. And once we're done placing in the ceiling, we'll grab ourselves a new waifu for the day. And then we'll return to the hole. Damn it. That's the plan for the stream. I think that's a reasonable plan to have. Why does this keep happening? Why am I stupid? Somebody tell me. Ah, boy. In any event, we are getting close to finishing up. Or rather, we are getting close to the halfway point, I should say. Specifically the halfway point of getting in the stairs here. But considering we managed to finish the walls and already finished the ceiling for the hallways, I'd say we're definitely over halfway done total with the general stuff that we need to do for today. Though I am gonna be running out of stairs again soon, which is a little annoying. But it's fine. Just means I gotta make another trip downstairs, and I would have to make another trip downstairs later anyway to get the slabs I still need. Which, by the way, it's a good thing I added Jade recently. Because otherwise it would be incredibly difficult Or, well, a little bit more annoying at the very least, to figure out where I used what kind of material. Like, it's nice that I can just check, oh right, this is sand brick stairs, this is sandstone brick stairs. Otherwise, I would have had to mine one of them to double check what everything is. So yeah, I definitely picked the perfect time to add jade. Come on. Okay. Next one. And we are approaching the limit now. We are gonna be able to pass the halfway point. But we won't be able to go much further beyond that. Which is a shame, really. Because why would I want to stop and make another detour downstairs? It's not even a detour, it's an extra trip. But again, as I said, it wouldn't... It's a trip that would have had to happen at some point anyway. Oh, I might actually be able to finish this one too. Okay. Didn't think we'd actually be able to finish the border of one of the other rooms on the second half. But I'll take that. Now this one I definitely won't be able to finish. Duh. Okay, now before I go downstairs, there's one more thing that I can do while I'm up here. Panels. Just the main hallway, right? Yeah, just in the main hallway. Huh? There we go. Okay, how many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Okay, so 3 more. There we go. Perfect. Now that's done. That's all oak. Okay, you know what? While I have the wood on me, is it V? Oh. C? Nope. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Then I'm gonna need the stairs. I'm gonna need the fences. That should be plenty. Again, the carpet I can grab later. I'll just use, you know, since I have the materials on me right now, I might as well. Mm-hmm. That. I'd say we're making good progress. We're already working on the decor. Okay, all of that is in place now. Which means now I just need... Let me double check. Smooth sandstone slab and more of the sandstone brick stairs. Okay. Got it. Wee. Okay, smooth sandstone slab, sandstone brick stairs. Okay, sandstone brick stairs. Cut. Smooth sandstone slab. Okay, hopefully that should be enough. Whoops. Let's get up there and hopefully finish up. Okay, here we are. Let's keep going where we left off. Oh yeah, because Danganronpa music is playing anyway, I might as well give you all the next Danganronpa S update on my journey to complete that game. I have now managed to craft exactly 4 of every single piece of equipment. Which means, since, you know, the maximum party size is 4, which means that I can now equip whichever character with whichever item I want. Honestly, getting 4 of every item was quite a bit of a grind. Because some of the equipment pieces are hella expensive to make. Like, there is a weapon. Actually, there are multiple weapons that require 20 mono coins and 10 gold mono coins. For anyone, now to quickly explain why that is expensive, a mono coin is a gacha token. Which means there's a weapon that in order to craft, I need to give up 20 gacha pulls and 10 of the golden gacha pulls. Which, by the way, the golden ones almost guarantee you get the super high rarity drops. So those weapons are damn expensive, and making 4 of each of them took way too much grinding. But hey, that means now I can use all the other gacha tokens I earn for the actual gacha going forward. Hooray. Which means, next objective, unlock every single character card and hype card. Which means, well, I have all the normal, rare, and swimsuit versions of the characters already. I don't have all the ultimate versions of the characters yet, so I'm looking forward to getting all of those. And the hype cards are essentially passive boosts that your characters have. And I have basically all the hype cards as well, except the rarest ones, which are actually the most important ones, because they actually unlock the stat cap. Normally, like for your characters, every single stat is capped at 255. Every single character stat, every single stat for every single character is capped at 255, unless you unlock that hype card, which removes the cap. And getting that one to drop, that's the rarest hype card of them all for every single character, which is a struggle. Because yeah, without that card, there is certainly a limit with how strong you can make those characters. Even if you have, like, really good equipment. I have no idea what you are talking about. I mean, fair. You don't need to understand. Just understand that I am having a bit of a hard time sometimes when it comes to completing a game. You want to know the worst part? A lot of the stuff I'm doing isn't even required to get all the achievements for Steam. Like, but I don't just want all the Steam achievements. I want all the in-game achievements too. And there's a lot. A hard time sometimes, you say? Ah, yes. That. But yeah, there are 45 pages of achievements in Danganronpa S, and each page has like 6 achievements on it. Not exactly, because the last page, I would have to double check how many the last page has, because I don't think it's the full 6. But yeah, that gives you an idea of how many achievements there are in the game. Anyway, when I go to the achievements tab now, and I filter by, you know, I filter it so it only shows me the ones I haven't completed, then all of a sudden it goes down to only 3 pages. So yeah, out of the 45 pages of achievements, only 3 remain. Now that might sound like I narrowed it down quite a bit. However, the stuff that remains is... It's a grind fest, it's such a grind fest. Partially, actually, one of the achievements that I need to do for Steam, still, is actually not an achievement that I need to do in the game. Like, it's not one of the in-game achievements on the achievements page, but it is a Steam achievement. So, and that is the whole thing of viewing every character's free time events, or just events, because it's technically not free time anymore, but it's the equivalent of that. Viewing all of every character's events. Every single character, every single event. I need to view them all. Which means I need to do another full playthrough of the game, of the whole training game, as every single character. So I need to play through the game perfectly, by the way. If I miss anything, then I need to do it over. Perfectly as Makoto. Play through it perfectly as Kyoko. Play through it perfectly as Taka. Play through it perfectly as Mondo. The list goes on. Oh, I wasn't done yet. Whoops. Many levels of firm time, sometimes in between. Ah, yes. But yeah, no, it's gonna be a bit of a grind, because let me tell you what a perfect playthrough entails. So, you have 50 turns. In those 50 turns that I have during the training playthrough, I need to land on the friendship space enough times to view every single event you can view from a friendship space. First of all, I need to play with an ultimate rarity card, because there are two events that only trigger when you are playing with higher rarity cards, and one of them is locked behind ultimate rarity. So I need to play with the ultimate rarity card. I need to make sure I land on the friendship squares enough time so that I get to see every single character interaction that can trigger from that. Then I need to make sure I also, during that time frame, hit level 99. I also need to make sure that during that time frame I manage to get the secret password at Nezumi Castle. I also need to make sure that during that time frame, after getting the password and hitting level 99, I make it to the Ancient Ruin and beat the secret boss there. And I need to do all that while there's still a few turns remaining, because there's one event that only triggers on the last few turns if you have already completed everything else until then. And I need to do these perfect playthroughs way too many times. Let's see. Danganronpa 1, that's 16 characters plus Monokuma, meaning 17. Actually make that 18, because Toko is split into 2 different characters. So 18 characters for Danganronpa 1. Then for Danganronpa 2, it's once again the class of 16. Plus Usami and Monomi, making 18. Plus Izuru, meaning 19. Anyone else that's double? Yeah, I think 19 for Danganronpa 2. Then for V3, we have once again the class of 16. Is there anyone in there that's double? Or is that actually just the class of 16 of them? Yeah, I think for V3 it's actually just the 16 of them. And then for Ultra Despair Girls, it's another 5, 6... Another 8 of them, I think. Yeah. So that really adds up. But yeah, before I can even do that, I need to do all the gambling first. Okay, I will say that was entirely unintentional, but I'm glad I was able to avoid the stupid meme that I still don't know how it caught on. But that was because when I was going through the list, I was like, okay, the 5, because the 5 kids. Then I went to 6 because of, Komaru. And then I went straight to 8 because of Kurokuma and Shirokuma, because they are 2 for 1. Actually, that would be 9. Did I say 8? It would be 9, because Hiroko is also in there. Hiroko is also in there, which makes it 9 characters for UDG. Would be 10 if they included Haiji, but I totally understand why they didn't include Haiji. In fact, I would totally understand if they never acknowledge Haiji ever again in any Danganronpa game. There we go. But I do wonder the exact reasoning they had for not including Hygie. Is it because they know that it would probably cause a bunch of drama if they included Hygie in the game? Probably. Nobody wants to see that guy, especially anywhere near all the other characters. It's already cursed enough that Teru Teru has interactions with the kids. Especially Kotoko. Okay. We're getting close to it. We are almost done with construction. And after this, all that's left is, you know, doing interior stuff. Which you can argue about whether or not interior work should be considered part of construction, but yeah, what we still need to do as far as the interior concerned is obviously installing the doors, as well as the signs next to the doors. We still need to put carpets over the stairs for the seating areas. Put in the paintings and we need to get some plants in there. And after that, the expansion is officially done. But yeah, the construction will definitely finish today. Whether we'll do the interior today, we'll see. Depends on how things go at the hole today. If we actually run low on durability and still have plenty of time left, then I will do the interior work today as well. If not, then we'll save that for next time. But yeah. Also, by the way, I wanna ask, to get back to the whole Danganronpa-S grinding topic, do you think I should start doing the runs with the ultimate rarity cards? Because I do have a few of them already. I feel like it's about time I start, right? As nice as it is to flex and say that, oh, I've gotten this far not using them, I feel like at this point it's just stupid not to finally develop some of them. Because getting through the final floor is... I think it might be impossible with just swimsuit rarity cards. But again, the fact that I have gotten to the final floor not using any ultimate cards makes me think that maybe I can also beat the final floor not using any ultimate cards. You know, it's tantalizingly close, and I kind of don't want to develop an ultimate card now, because how can I prove it otherwise, right? Like, the only way to prove that I didn't use them would be to do like a little screen sharing and be like, hey, I've beaten this, and look, I haven't developed a single ultimate card yet. Use common? See, Rob, that's the thing. That's actually what I did. I made it all the way to the through, actually, not just to, but through, all the way I made it all the way through the final floor of the Despair Tower. All the way from floor 1 to floor 100. The entire Despair Tower cleared with only the lowest rarity of character cards. But for the Ultra Despair Tower, the thing that followed after that, I decided to upgrade and use higher rarity cards. But still not using the ultimate rarity. Even though I really should start at some point, I think. In fact, for the regular Despair Tower, not only did I only use the lowest rarity cards, one of them, which was apparently my absolute MVP on my team, barely even had any hype cards, which, as I said earlier, are the passive buffs that your characters will get. Even, like, the passive buff, the hype cards, they apply to all rarity versions of that character. The character in question only had a single one of their hype cards unlocked. And they were still the MVP. Because Sakura just demolished everything. Like, her damage output, insane. The only hype card she had was the ability to... What was it? Her equipment stats were boosted by 10%. Yeah, equipment stats boosted by 10%. That's the only hype card she had. Nothing else. Which, to be fair, is a decently good hype card. But yeah, the thing is... Sakura was insane. But yeah, even now that I upgraded cards, again, the fact that I made it to the last floor of the Ultra Despair Tower is... frankly, insane to me. And I have to admit, some cards that I used carried way harder than I thought they would. For example, I am using the swimsuit version of Makoto. And I specifically trained Makoto as a support character, because that's basically how he's designed. Like, his character card is a balanced card, which means he's supposed to be more of a support role. However, even despite that, like, I only gave him, like, the two skills I gave him were a healing skill, which basically his healing skill is really good. Like, every time I use his healing skill, every single party member is healed to full HP, unless they're dead. So they can be chilling on 1 HP, and boom, use that, and everyone in the party is back to full. And the other thing he has is Energize, which basically makes people charge their, I don't want to say ultimate faster, because it's technically not an ultimate, but each character has like a charge bar, and when it's at least 50%, better if it's at 100, they can use a powered up version of any of their moves, and if it's a move that also consumes mana, it will not consume any mana and be powered up. And Energize is basically like powering up the charge rate of that. And it powers it up to the degree of 1 turn is enough to go up to 50%. Which means technically, as long as characters are energized, they can use any skill that requires MP without using MP. And it's stronger. But yeah, that's how I built Makoto. But the thing is, even though I built him like that, I didn't expect him to actually pack a punch too. Listen, I used him and I was like, oh yeah, I don't really need to, power anyone up right now. Everyone's at full health, everyone is still energized. So I guess I'll just, use a regular attack on the enemies with that turn. Just get a little bit of chip damage in. And so Makoto attacks and one-shots the enemy. I was sitting there staring like, that's my support character. Dude, that's my support. Pulls out Glock. His truth bullet hurts. See, the thing about Makoto is his luck is so high that every single attack he uses is guaranteed to be a crit. And apparently his crits are also insanely powerful. Perfect. best. Makoto, our boy. Who would have thought that Makoto, as a support character, would absolutely demolish and one-shot every single enemy that isn't a boss, or has an insane resistance to physical attacks. Again, the only enemies he doesn't one-shot are the super ultra late game enemies, and the ones that only take 1 damage from physical attacks. Other than that, every single regular enemy basically goes down in 1 attack. Now again, since I am in the ultra super late game, Makoto doesn't really one-shot anymore, but he still deals respectable damage as a support. Hope can also bring destruction, it's true. Even so, I have run into the problem where I think I might need to get another support at some point. Because there's one achievement that is currently driving me up the wall. And that is... there is an arena stage where you're basically fighting against a boss with infinite HP. And you get a higher score depending on how much damage you are able to deal against the boss before you die. And I have a good strategy that works really well against that boss. Up until it applies status conditions to me. So I thought, okay, you know what? I have a character on my team that can basically redirect all attacks to themselves. I'll just replace that character with a better version. Make a character that redirects all attacks to themselves and has insane resistance, the highest possible resistance against status conditions. So I did that. And you wouldn't believe it, even with me focusing super hard on the stat that prevents status conditions, Fortitude. I put so much into Fortitude, and I even gave them a passive ability which I leveled up to the max level, which also further reduces the effect of status conditions. And guess what? I go in against the boss, he uses the status condition attack, and it still works on me. So yeah, at this point I need a new support character that can heal status conditions, because I don't think I can avoid getting a status from that boss. No matter how high my resistance, that status condition always comes through. And Makoto does not have the ability to heal status conditions. So I'm gonna need to get another support. Makoto can only heal and energize. And attack. A wise Kokichi film once said, it's true. Ooh, I could train Kokichi at some point. But Kokichi is definitely not a support character. Himiko is a support character. I could finally train her up. I think I actually have Himiko's ultimate card already. If I want to go for that. Kokichi is, in fact, a Mind Games character. Again, every character is classified as either balanced, athletic, or cerebral. Balanced characters are essentially your support, athletic characters are the physical characters, and cerebral characters are the high intellect, big magic damage characters. And Kokichi is one of those. Kokichi is absolutely a cerebral character. It is interesting to me that Himiko is not as much of a magic character as she is a support character. But I think her intellect, so her magic skill, is still decently high. Even though she is not classified as cerebral. So she can still effectively use magic very effectively. She's just not classified specifically as someone who specializes in it. I just had another thought. What if I turn things around and try to use status conditions on the boss? I don't think that'll work, though. Most bosses in the game have insane resistance to status conditions, to the point that they are basically immune to them. And I think that bonus, like, infinite HP boss is definitely gonna have basically infinite resistance to status conditions as well. Which is annoying, but I guess that means I won't be able to rely on that strategy. I guess I could do a test run, just go in with one of my characters who does have the ability to cause status conditions and see if it works or not. It probably won't, if I had to guess. My main character who I have, who's actually decently good and can cause status conditions currently, is Monica. Monica is my one character who's actually in one of my main parties who's a status condition user that comes in clutch from time to time. Well, we know who's next today. What does she want? Okay. Wow. Really? Really? Oh, you are expensive. Oh, you are expensive. I guess gold is the cheapest thing I can give you. Like Persona games, you will pretty much never give a boss a status condition. Yeah, that's basically how it works in this game too. Then there's one boss that you're basically intended to fight with status conditions. And that is one of the Exisals. At a certain point you fight one of the Exisals, and one of them, like you fight all of them, but one of them has insane HP. HP to the degree that you will be attacking them for hundreds of turns if you want to wear them down. However, they don't have any resistance against status conditions. So you just hit them with poison, and then watch as they lose, like, so much HP in one turn that would take you 10 turns to deal out with attacks. So you just poison one of those giant mechs and they go down in a few turns because no resistance to that. But man, if I tried to take that down with regular attacks, I would be there for a long, long time. I don't know. Have I? Maybe. Maybe she's upstairs. But yeah. I think... Easy Exisal L. Yeah, generally they're not too bad. There are definitely harder bosses. One of the most annoying ones was on floor 199. And that's because there are two bosses that you fight at the same time, which have incredibly high damage output, very high health, and have a healing skill that they can use on themselves or on others. Which means, even if you focus on one of them, then it'll just use healing on itself and the other boss will also heal it. It's basically a damage check on floor 199. If you don't kill one of them quickly enough, then they'll both heal. That one. Very annoying, I will say. Twin marionettes. But yeah, that's why the floor 199 is the one I currently only have 1 star on. I think you get 1 star guaranteed basically for clearing the stage. But yeah, I still have to beat it without any of my characters dying, and I'm not sure what the other star was for. But yeah, clearing any stage without characters dying is hard. Very hard. Because at a certain point, the boss will just bring out an AoE attack, and then boom, half of your party is dead. In fact, there have been plenty of times where I had a full party wipe after just one attack from the enemy. Enemy uses AoE attack, okay, full party wipe from full HP. Rarely anything I can do about that. I just have to get lucky that they don't use that. Maybe it wouldn't be as bad if I used ultimate cards. Maybe then I wouldn't get a full party wipe from full HP in one turn. But again, that would require me to actually train one of those characters up. Yay! She supposes I could be worse. Oh, I can be worse. I will kill you in a bit. Are you going with me? No, you're not. I'm fighting brings out 7 wait, 3+ unbreakable coin skills. And the only thing they... It's the only thing they use this turn. Ah, boy. You know what? Again, as much as I want to brag, maybe I should really finally start developing stuff. You know what I think I'll do? I'll hold off a little bit longer until I have all the ultimate cards, so I'm gonna be grinding for a few more pulls. Because having all the cards actually helps you develop other cards. You might think, oh, I have the ultimate card and all the hype cards for this character. Then why should I not develop this character already? But here's the thing. You can sometimes encounter other characters on the map, and if you run into them, they give you bonus stats. Additional stats that you get on top of whatever you landed on. And the bonus stats they give you are better if you have all of their cards. So basically, if I want to make sure the ultimate card I train is as good as possible, I want to maximize the chances of getting additional stats from other characters on the map. And make sure that when I do run into them, I get as many stats out of them as possible. Also, in addition to extra stats, you also get an extra card, a card when you run into a character. And cards are very useful in the development mode, because they allow you to essentially control which spaces you land on the map. Because certain characters give you cards that move you an exact number of spaces. And when you get those cards, it can be so handy. For example, because I know you like Himiko, I shall tell you what card Himiko gives you. Especially because, you know, I like Himiko too. And not only is Himiko a great character, she also gives you a very, very nice card. The Zero Move card. Using that allows you to not move at all and basically land on the same space you're already standing on again. So if you're standing on a good space, congratulations. If you have Zero Move cards, time to do it again. Alright. The only person who's worthy of killing her. Your regen 2 won't mean shit. Yes, Ram was slain by Rem. You love to see it. Alright, let's see. Outfit 2. Ah, of course. Similar to Rem. This is the outfit we, by the way, I didn't comment on it last time, but I think this is the outfit they were wearing as children in their flashback. Is this what they call love? I don't know, you tell me as you die. And my every command, you say, huh? And you also have that outfit. What is love? I will hurt her. Alright, back to default, please and thank you, and now I shall lead you to your room. Ah, there you are. Alright, come on in here. I said come on in here. There's a door you can use, you know. You do know how doors work, right? There we go. Okay. She only knows how to close doors. Typical tsunderes, they never know how to open doors. Okay. So we're done with that, which means it's whole time. They never tell you this in maid school. Why would they? And to think, look how deep this is. And to think we're only just at around sea level. Probably still a little bit above sea level at this point. Ah, of course they're here. Was there only one? Okay, good. I like the fact that if I were to just fall down, I would die. I would die, just like this. Yes, thanks for demonstrating. But yeah, if I were to just jump down, I would die. But by flinging myself rapidly towards the ground, I actually don't die. Because I get levitation, and with levitation you don't take the fall damage. Discontinuation version of Waifu Craft we will add Chan as a final update. Ah, wouldn't that be something? Imagine. What a great idea, Neon. Code-chan is the final update for the discontinued version. Imagine. Ah, the dialogue would probably be very cringy. What would even the likes and dislikes be? That's a tough one, honestly. Dislikes any stair variations. The trauma of working with stairs, always annoying. There isn't any doors. I don't know, what would my likes be? Make it even more expensive than RAM. Instead of just being like, oh, diamonds and emeralds and stuff, no, I need netherite. Imagine. to dig out the hole block by block. Yes, I know I could use the explosions to speed up the process, but I've decided not to use explosives. Partially because I want to make extra sure that the walls stay as they are. Because it needs to be perfectly, you know, perfectly in the chunk. No indentations in the wall or anything. Which is why I'm playing it safe, not using explosives, not doing anything, only digging manually. But yeah, if we look through here, actually we can see it from the. I assume we will get to see it from an angle if we go a bit further down. But you can actually see that this cave leads straight outside, which means we're still basically at surface level. We're basically still at surface level right now. Yeah, I noticed that from the screenshots, by the way, when you had to explain to me that those extra, like, blocks you added there were shelves. I only after you shared that with me was when I found out that shelves are apparently a feature in vanilla. That's what I get for not playing the newer versions, because I'm stuck on 1.19.2. Didn't know they added shelves. I will find out once I get the backport mod, whenever that is. Whenever that finally starts development on 1.19.2, which is planned. I checked their website. 1.19.2 is one of the planned versions. It's just the one version where they haven't done anything yet. Which is stupid. Also, I should grab my bag already. We're on this one right now, right? Yes. But yeah, they should take all the time they need. Again, it's not like I'm lacking for content. I have plenty of other things I can add that aren't stuff from the new Minecraft version. In fact, maybe it'll even be the next special, if they're already done by then. Like how for stream 100 I open the world up to multiplayer, and on stream 200 we finally get content from future versions. Wouldn't that be something? Already planning ahead over here. Also, look at that, we finally get more regular stone again. Not like that's a good thing, because, again, stone is worth less than andesite. But hey, it's variety. But yeah, I am really curious to see how many bags we'll have filled by the time we finally reach the bottom of the world. Again, we're already on bag number 5. And those bags are quite massive. Another with fist only. If you want a dumb project like that, you can do it yourself when I open up the world. I mean, again, I could do that, because as you can see, I can mine these blocks with my fist, and I get the drops. Because of my equipment, that actually works, but, it's just stupid. I mean, to be fair, you could consider what I'm doing right now is already stupid. But still. Got the main ground level done, still need walls and roof of the upper level, but I'm currently working on the storage room. Having storage is very important. That I feel like storage is one of the first things you should always do for your base. for obvious reasons. I mean, you need the storage to keep all the materials you need for the build project, for example, and like anything else when you go mining. So yeah, storage definitely one of the higher priorities of building any base. Fun music is playing right now. We love the children's song from Danganronpa. It's even worse because I can understand some of the lyrics. It is nice that, yeah, no. Now that I can understand some of the lyrics, it's nice to know that, yes, this song is indeed about killing adults. The lyrics do indeed comment on the fact that they are killing all adults. It is nice. You gotta wonder if it's better to not understand the lyrics than it is to understand them, but... Yo, Caddington, what's up? Hello. Ooh, deep hole. But yeah, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a great day. We're still in the hole. Well, we spent like the first 1.5 hours working on the hotel. Progress went well. We finished off all the construction of it. We got a new waifu moved in. We actually have RAM in the hotel now, which is nice. And yeah, we still need to do the interior to really finish up everything for the expansion, but the construction itself is at least done, which I'm happy about. So we used to use computer craft to make a drone mine out a hole like this. I mean, fair enough. I assume this is also perfectly doable by using create. Maybe that's something I'll do. At a certain point, I'll do another chunk hole and just use the create mod to automate it. And then we'll see how it easily gets done in one single stream instead of however long this is taking. We'll have the comparison. What is that? Zinc. Speaking of create, Craig could do it really fast, I imagine. But again, I need to do like a full stream familiarizing myself with create first and foremost. Speaking of, there's probably many advancements that create can give me too. I'd already checked that last time. I do want to have another look over here. Are RAM and RAM actually next to each other in here? Interesting that the Konosuba girls and the Dokis aren't next to each other. Like, Aqua, Megumin, and then between Aqua and Megumin, we have Monica and Nezuko. I guess it's partially dependent on what order they were added in and stuff, but still. We got the pink-haired Oni. And the blue-haired Oni. Diamond pickaxe and stack of coal. All computer craft needed was one drone that cost like gold, glass or something. Diamond pickaxe and a stack of coal. That would have definitely, again, probably been faster. Again, who knows, maybe we will do something like this again but automated to see the comparison. Oh, hi. Minus 16 by 16. Yeah, but you gotta line it up so it perfectly matches the chunk border too. Gotta line it up properly. Because if you do something like this, you gotta make sure it's lined up. Yep. I think that's it. There you can see outside, right where my crosshair is. The fact that we dug down this far, and you can see the sky right over there. Yeah, that tells you how much more we have to do. Well, for automated digging as well, you just need some knowledge. I mean, yeah, I could also just use Ars Nova to use my explosions and just dig down that way. Now, our spell turrets, true. Again, there are so many mods I still need to familiarize myself with. We'll get there when we get there. Also, I remembered I still have to add some signs to the hallway again. Like, again, last time we added Jade, which is the, like, item description thingy we have at the top now, and today we added Essential. And I still have to put up the signs for those mods. I mean, I can do that next time, I'll just have to remember. If you're gonna add another technique mod, you should get Mechanism, probably the best technique mod I know. I mean, maybe eventually. I think for the time being, it's fine if we add a few more smaller scale mods. We do have quite a bit in here already at this point. So when I open the world up for Stream 100, I think there'll already be something for everyone. We got Create for all those more mechanically enthused people. We got Ars Nova for the magic. We got multiple dimensions to explore. So I do feel like when I open the world up, everyone will find something that they feel like doing. At least I assume so. Also, yes, Bones, we're back in the hole. Welcome back, Kiseki. Welcome back. We finally moved in RAM while you were gone. That was nice. Oh, hey, the hole has a hole. Yeah, we dug into a cave. Again, Bones, look how far down we are, right? Very, very deep, as you can see. Now watch. You see how that's like slightly bluish over there? That's the sky. We're this far down, we can still see the sky through there. Which means we still have a shit ton more to go. That's what I get for picking a mountain to start digging. Yeah, the mountainside. Yes, it was my decision. I know it was probably not the smartest decision. It's gonna be worth it. No, it won't be. But yeah, we were just talking about a few different things, like for example how one of the songs that was playing had lyrics in Japanese that I was actually finally able to partially understand. And considering I finally understood them meant I realized that the lyrics were actually topical to what the song was in game. Because it was lyrics about slaughtering all adults, which, yay, it was very fun. Slaughtering all adults, keep playing forever, stuff like that. More than bilingual. I'm getting there, I'm getting there. My Japanese is still very broken, but I was able to at least understand a part of the lyrics, which made me very happy. Okay, this is slowly filling up. Just want to make sure that everything in here is gonna be like full stacks before I open up the next bag, you know. Shouldn't there be gravel in here too? No way, gravel is also a full stack presently. I saw the flint. Or is gravel still in the other bag? And I'm just stupid. Where is all the gravel? I know I hit a few gravel pockets when mining before. Learn Japanese, but the alphabet is 50. I mean, yeah, there are 3 alphabets. One of them insanely large. Okay, am I blind or is there really no gravel in here? Huh. Okay, this one definitely has gravel. Is there any gravel in here that's not a full stack? Okay, no, that's all full stacks. And there really wasn't any gravel in here? There is no way I finished mining the gravel at exactly a full stack. There is no way my gravel mining stopped exactly at a full stack. No way in hell that happened. I guess it did? That feels weird to me. That feels very weird to me. I feel like when mining gravel, there is no way I would have finished exactly on a stack. I definitely think there should be some gravel lying around somewhere still that isn't a full stack. Huh. Or I guess not. Well, let's just keep going then. I guess the last gravel pocket that I mined got me exactly up to 64 and nothing more. Feels weird, but okay. And I do not need a shovel, I can mine fine as is. But yeah, we are getting close to filling up the 5th bag, which is insane. Oh, that's another full stack. How many bags do you have total? These 4 plus 5, then this entire row down here. And this main bag that I'm in right now is actually one I want to not waste on this project, if I'm being real. That's because that's why I have other shit as well. Anyway, might as well mention this because we stumbled upon the zinc over there. This is the first bit of zinc we found while digging down here. I guess it doesn't spawn up high. I guess it only spawns from this level and downward. It's also the first create ore we found. So yeah, we found a new ore again. Hooray. Something new to add to the bag. Odds are you gonna use all those bags? It is definitely possible. All right. But yeah, everything here says 64. Okay, I guess I really... Again, this... It still confuses me because... Right? Doesn't it feel odd? Doesn't it feel odd that I somehow stopped mining gravel at exactly 64? That whatever the last gravel pocket was, it brought me exactly up to a full stack and not one block more than that. It's just so confusing. But yeah, everything says 64. I didn't see any abnormalities in there. Gravel had OCD. You know, I really shouldn't complain. Actually, hang on, there is an easy way to double check. This bag definitely had gravel in it, right? Yes. Okay. Nothing in here. Let's double check this one. Mm-hmm. And double check the first one. Mm-hmm. Then we can put it back. Yep, it's exactly 64. Hi. Oh, a carrot. How nice. More copper. Carrot and stick. We are finding quite a bit of copper, which... How good is copper for EMC? 128 each? I mean, that's not too bad, honestly. 128 each is not too shabby. Especially because each piece of ore gives me multiple copper ingots, not just one. So they do definitely have decently high value. That average size sword, I got it from the Twilight Forest. In the Twilight Forest, in one of the late game areas actually, you can go up a beanstalk up to the clouds, and in the clouds you will find a giant home. And in that home, giants will spawn. And if you kill a giant, they will have a chance to drop what they're holding. And they will either be holding a giant's sword or a giant's pickaxe. And they'll always be the stone variety, that's why it's just stone. They don't have any others. Okay. Yep, this one's full. We're moving on to bag number 6. There we go, sort that a little bit. Because I specifically only want there to be mob drops. Don't want mob drops, I specifically want the stuff I mine. Only the stuff I mine. No mob drops, that doesn't count. Okay. Also, again, everyone, we gotta keep our eyes open. to see if any night that happens while we're down here mining might bring a blue moon. Last time around we had a harvest moon, which, while pretty fun, was not what we wanted. And I think in one of the recent streams we also, while we were exploring around, we got a blood moon at a certain point. So I feel like it should be time any moment now for a blue moon. Right? Surely. Surely we'll be getting a blue moon the next night that happens. I mean, it just turned today, right? Well, what? Not just turned, it's about to be noon. I can tell by the fact that the sun is visible. Only get a blue moon once in a blue moon, but it's worth it though. Actually, I'm not sure how worth it is. Because I know the luck effect is not all that super amazing, as far as I'm aware. Still, I feel like since I'm spending so much time in the hole anyway, I might as well not open the mob spawner chest until there's a blue moon. Because again, loot chests only generate their loot when you actually open them for the first time. So I feel like, again, since I'm here anyway for a few nights, I might as well wait until a blue moon hits before I open that one. Only generate when you load the chunk. They generate when you load the chunk, but the actual stuff inside it only generates when you open it for the first time. And how good the loot inside the chest is depends on... Because there is a luck effect in the game. And if you have a luck effect, then technically it should generate better stuff when you open dungeon chests. Now, it's not usually all that good, from what I am aware of. Like, even with a luck stat, it doesn't change too much. But I figure I might as well utilize it. But yeah, the way you can easily test this is, for example, if... I think in spectator mode, you can look into chests... But you can look into chests all you want, even in spectator mode. But when you try to look into a dungeon chest that hasn't been opened yet, it'll tell you that the loot hasn't been generated yet, so you can't open it and look inside. That's the easiest way to verify if what I'm saying is true, to just try opening a dungeon chest while in spectator mode. Just gonna make a world in creative. Search for chests and then quickly go into spectator. I mean, you could already search while in spectator, I guess. Alright, time to grab this stuff again. Quite a bit of copper around these parts. Okay. Once again, we have passed the next cave. I'm curious if we'll find any more. I think this was not connected, right? So that means we found 1, 2, 3 caves so far. 4 if you count the little indent that was at the spawner. I really wouldn't count that as a full cave because it was really just a few blocks. It really was just like, what was that? I don't know, like 10 blocks or so. That's not really a cave now, is it? One time I make a creative world, I spawn in an oak biome. What, is that the survival spawn you've always wanted or something? Spawn in a taiga, acacia, or snowy taiga. Ah, I see. I see. And to be fair, oak is like the basic wood that you can always use for basically everything. It's the go-to. Ah, first Inferium. Okay, now this presents a little issue. For 2 reasons mainly. Reason 1, Inferium can also be a mob drop, and I specifically don't want to put mob drops, only mined materials in the bag. And for another, so I have to... Oh, it's another blood moon. Oh, fun. Well, it's not a blue moon. It is another moon that starts with B. Just the wrong one. Anyway, as I was saying, this also can't be converted into EMC, which is extra annoying. So I think what I'll do is, the stuff I got as a mob drop, I'll put in here for now. Just so it's separated from the stuff that I am mining, right? That makes sense? Because otherwise, once it starts stacking together, it'll be hard to differentiate. Alright, Blood Moon, huh? Fun. To be fair, it shouldn't really affect me all that much down here. Only if something walks around right around the edge and sees me. Only then would it really affect me. Also soapstone again, we haven't seen that in a while. So I think down here I should be relatively safe from the Blood Moon. Alright, spiders can see through walls, can't they? So any spiders that spawn nearby could technically jump down. But I would still need to come close to me in the first place to see me, even if they can see through walls. And zombies, while they have a pretty long range where they can see, they can't see through walls. Oh, hey, look! There's one. I guess I'll take care of you. If you choose to come down here. Which you might not, apparently. Okay, then. But yeah, it doesn't look like the Blood Moon will be too much of a threat for me. It'll just be some unique lighting this time as we mine. Next to a dark oak forest too, huh? I do really like dark oak. Fun fact, in the very, very early days of my channel, God, that was basically 6 years ago at this point. Jesus. Actually not quite, it was the second hardcore attempt that I did where I did that. But yeah, early days of my channel, second attempt at hardcore. I set up my base in a dark oak forest, which you might say is stupid, because why would you set up a hardcore base in a place where monsters are constantly able to find darkness to hide in from the day? And to that I say, yes, it was a stupid decision. But it looked nice, so I did it. And in fact, I did not die from any monsters near my base or anything. I died in the nether. As one does. And you want to know why I died? Because I was unfamiliar with how piglins work. I was not yet fully familiar with how piglins work, and apparently they aggroed because I mined some gold or something near them. Or, I don't recall what exactly it was. But yeah, they aggroed me out of nowhere, and then I didn't know what to do, and I perished. Hooray. So are you gonna come down here or not? I guess that's a no. Yeah, no, this blood moon is purely for decoration, I guess. There we go. Speaking of decoration, can I... No, we can't see the blood moon yet, so there's still quite a bit to go. Unless we missed it. We could have also just missed midnight. But I do want to see as the blood moon passes over us. That would be nice to see, right? That would be a cool thing to witness. Just looking up from the massive hole and just see a bright red moon passing by. Oh, there it is! Ain't that a sight? Beautiful. Anyway, back to the mining. So yeah, we already found 2 new ores today. Zinc and Inferium. Both of those are ores we haven't found up until now, which means we've definitely hit a new height level. Up until now, not a single piece of zinc or Inferium, and now we've found both. So, clearly we are getting somewhere. We've hit a depth where new ores spawn, and that is good. We have, however, encountered iron, coal, and copper already. Any other ore we've encountered? I don't think so, right? Just iron, copper, coal, Inferium, and zinc, I think. If there was anything else that I'm forgetting about, please remind me. I could also just check my bag. But I do think that's it. I'm sure we'll encounter something as we go deeper. Hopefully at least 1 diamond. Imagine I mine out a chunk and I just so happen to pick a chunk that doesn't contain any diamond. There has to be at least 1 down here, I mean, come on. I would be surprised if we don't hit at least 1 diamond. Also, on another note, while we're talking about what we could encounter while digging, imagine how fun it would be if we actually find an ancient city. I think I addressed that already, but it would be very scary to mine through an ancient city. Because obviously, mining blocks makes noise. And since I do not want to destroy anything that is outside of these chunk borders, that means that if there are shriekers and sensors and shriekers right next to the chunk border, then I can't destroy them to give myself a safety net. They will still remain there, and all I can do is watch as they trigger over and over again as I mine blocks. So I actually kind of hope we don't drop into a deep dark biome. Maybe a lush cave. Actually, no, lush cave would also not be good, because lush caves contain a lot of water. And getting rid of water is gonna be impossible if it's gonna flow in. Well, like, if it's purely a water pocket in the chunk, I can get rid of it. But if it's a water pocket right on the chunk border, then that's a problem. Because then I can't get rid of it. Because I don't want to destroy anything that's outside of this chunk. Which means the water will keep flowing into this chunk, because I can't block it off. Because to block it off, I would either need to place the blocks in the hole, which is where I don't want anything, or in the adjacent chunk, which I don't want to change. So yeah, hope and pray that we don't encounter any underground water. I mean, so far so good. We've mined through 4 caves and haven't hit any water yet. But you don't know if we don't know if we're gonna keep being that lucky. It probably won't be. Considering how bad my luck is, it's a miracle I've gotten this far. Oh, I think the blood moon is ending. Looks like nighttime's about to end. The red lighting is disappearing. What a shame. And see, I told you I was relatively safe down here. Not a single monster attacked me. Not even phantoms. Wait, do blood moons prevent phantoms from spawning? Huh. I learned something new today. So either blood moons straight up prevent phantoms from spawning just by, you know, how they work, or because blood moons increase hostile mob spawns so much, the blood moon filled up the mob cap, and thus by filling up the mob cap prevented the phantoms from spawning in. I wonder which it is. I wonder if it's because of the mob cap or if it's because blood moons inherently prevent phantoms. What do you think, chat? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the mob cap. That would explain why even the night before we only had phantoms coming in individually rather than in batches. Right? Phantoms spawned in like, what, twice? And each time only one single phantom showed up and that's it. So it might actually be a mob cap thing. If I had to guess. I guess the only way one could try that out is to, I guess, go somewhere where there's not any real room for other monsters to spawn. Right, the only way to try that out is to get somewhere where no other monsters can spawn during a blood moon, and then see if phantoms show up then, because that way there would be no way the mob cap is filled up. And if phantoms still don't spawn then we can say officially it's because that's how the blood moon works. Officially convinced Minecraft hates me. What, did you find some more cool structures? Or are you struggling to find any chests right now to test out our to test out what I told you about how loot generates? Oh boy. Okay, durability is already in the yellow. We won't be getting too much further, I guess. In the new world, found 3 different dungeons, a trial chamber, a lush cave inside of a mineshaft. Oh, lush cave mineshaft combo sounds absolutely gorgeous. Now a second dark oak forest and a pale oak next to it. See, the thing is, I've never actually been to a pale oak forest. I'm only aware of what they look like, because obviously I've seen, like, that was one of the big reveals, so obviously I've seen what it looks, what that forest looks like, but I've never been to one. Because they don't generate for me yet. Can't check chests in Spectator. Probably a bedrock thing. Ah, I see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure in Java you can look inside the chest. Obviously you can't interact with what's inside the chest. Because you're a spectator. Also, your first time seeing one. Ooh, interesting. Also no luck effect. I mean, the luck effect is something that, while it is something that exists in Minecraft, it is only accessible through commands normally. Like, even in the creative menu, you can't find a luck potion or anything, even though the effect exists. It is something that was never fully implemented correctly. Which is why, I used the command. Oh, okay, I see. So that just doesn't exist on Bedrock at all, I guess. Huh. But yeah, I do like that some mods actually do implement scratched stuff like that, like the luck effect, even if it is only somewhat usable. What do we have here? More zinc! And more inferium. Okay, we've officially hit the height where we get zinc and inferium. This is the second time we've encountered both of these ores. Now the question is, will we find more of these two ore types, or will we start finding other ore now too? I mean, I do hope we find other ore and not just this stuff. Again, diamonds would be nice. I found a lush cave inside the pale oak. Well, the lush cave would more so be under the pale oak forest rather than inside it, but unless there's an open cave in the pale oak forest that leads directly into the lush cave, that would be insane. Like, imagine you're in the pale oak forest and in the middle of it is a big hole that opens directly into the lush cave. So you can actually see the biomes kind of blend into each other. There is a cave, there's an open cave. Not huge, but it's there, I see. Oh, hang on, we're full again. Oh boy. Mining an entire chunk is certainly nothing to scoff at. Respect to anyone who's done this before. Only when I make a world in creative. You know what? Play it safe. Either switch to survival mode, then again you could consider that to be a bit or take the world seed and generate the same world again in survival. I mean, there's a reason you can save the seed and stuff. Just use the same seed and generate a survival world for yourself. Why not? It is less fun. It is less fun when you're playing on set seed rather than a new fresh random seed. That's true. Oh man, we are running through the durability right now. We'll definitely have plenty of time to get back to the hotel and do some of the decoration work. We will have plenty of time for that. Also, by the way, one thing I want to acknowledge, not sure if I have acknowledged it. The Waifu Craft achievements, for some reason, they are achievements. Like, if you go into the advancements menu, they are here, and they unlock as I get the waifu for the first time. However, unlike all the other advancements / achievements, they don't show up in the chat box when you get them. Interesting, huh? I wonder why. I wonder why they don't show up in the chat box. I guess there must be some reasoning for it. But I don't know what it is. Okay, we're slowly getting into the red. I think maybe we can do one more layer after this. Don't want to push it, though. Yeah, I think we can do one more. Do you hear monsters again? They're very close. Are they still in that cave, or do you think there's another cave right next to me as well? If they're the two red dots over here, then they're definitely maybe up there, but they're definitely further away from me. By the way, we should probably, again, as we approach stream 100, I do want to say that I am brainstorming what kind of rules I should have for people joining. There are, of course, the obvious ones, like, you know, the whole no griefing and no intentionally lagging out everything, stuff like that, the obvious stuff, as well as a few other things. But I do wonder if there's any other things we should think about. Like, for example, going forward, should we make it a thing of, like, how do we treat waystones, for example? Should we say that any waystone that generates in a structure like a village should be untouched so everyone can use it? And if you find a waystone just randomly out in the wild that's not connected to anything, then you can destroy it and keep it? I feel like that's how we should treat waystones, right? Like, it doesn't make sense to destroy waystones that are somewhere where other people might actively be using it right now. Yeah, we'll probably do something along those lines. Alright, another nighttime hits, and still no luck in terms of blue moons. Shame, really. Well, let's have another look at this place. This must be the area that we can see out of still. Oh, now we get the triple threat. I see how it is. I just want to have a quick look. I'll leave you alone in a second. I just wanted to see if this is where we can view outside. Yep, that is the place. Good, that's all I wanted to check. You're not catching me up here. The best strat, teleport high into the sky, go high into the sky and then teleport away. It just works. Alright, let's add the 2 signs while I'm here, lest I forget about it. I'll need some more oak signs for upstairs anyway, I just realized. What carpet was I using, by the way? Cyan, I think. Okay, then I need some oak sign. Let's see. We have 4 new hallways, which will need 2 each, which means 8. Plus the 2 signs that I'm about to place, so that's fine. Dark oak for the doors. I'll just grab 2, and that should be fine. And then I'm gonna need the dark oak doors. Trapdoors. And you know what, I'll grab some grass from here, but I'll mostly have to use origin grass if I remember right. Which I think I have somewhere around here. 19, huh? We'll see how that works out. So, 91 Jade. And actually, let me look. Is it called Essential or Essentials? I think it's just Essential, right? Yeah, it's just Essential. 2 Essential. Okay, now those are in place. Let's get back to work. Boom. Bam. All Friends Season 3. The 2 episodes currently available. Are you enjoying it so far? Again, I haven't watched it yet. I probably will on Wednesday when I'm meeting up with a buddy of mine. But just tell me, is it good so far? Still as fun as the previous seasons? Hey, we're funny. Alright, that's what I'd hope for. Just realized I didn't check to verify that I used the correct carpet color. Imagine I'm using a different color from the other hallways right now. That would be stupid. Not as good, but definitely still nonsensical and hilarious. Okay, I see, I see. Well, maybe it'll still... Again, it's only the first 2 episodes. They still have plenty of time to bring out the big guns. Okay, let's check real quick to see I actually chose the correct color cyan carpet. Yeah, that looks correct to me. Double checking. Yeah. Okay, so door handle is always on the right. What happened here? Good thing I noticed that one. Apparently I made that mistake a bunch more times. Time to fix that. Right, that's how it was on all the others. There was one line gap. Yes. Where did I mess that up? I wonder why. Anyway. Okay, so door handle always on the right. And sign. There we go. Sign on the side of the door handle. All right. What room number are we on? And how did the numbering continue? 19, 20, 21, 30. So it's always the odd number on the right. So it would be to come in 13, 14. Okay, so we should be at 24 right now, correct? Yes. So it continues with room 25. And it's right side first, then left, right? Duh. Yes. Okay. So. Room 25. Oh, right. Was it the number with a dot or was it... it was 0, right? Yeah, room 025. That's it. Gotta get back into how my system worked. There. Zero, 2, 6. 0, 2, 7. Room 028. Room 029. What's the only thing but the references? I imagine the references are gonna be very fun again. Room 030. Continuing on with room 031. Room 032. Room 033. Room 034. Room 035. And finally, room 036. Continuing on to the next hallway. So back to the right. Room 037. So many rooms in this hotel. Room 038. Room 039. Room 040. Room 041. Room 042. And last corridor. Room 043. 044. Room 045. Room 046. Room 047. And room 048. Alright. Next up, doors. I know that theme. That's the Toko's fantasy theme, isn't it? Absolute Delusional Girl. Of course it's called Absolute Delusional Girl. What else would it be called? Okay. Now over here, same deal. Ooh. Whoops. Okay. Doors and signs are in place. Next stop. Plants. Also, I don't need this here anymore. I can put that away. Okay. So it's always opposite from the door and sign combo. Except the last one, which doesn't have it, because that's where we have the seating area, which means there's always 4, 5 of them in each hallway, right? Yeah. Double checking, I am using the trapdoors, yes. Huh? Like that. And one more over here. Nice. Alright, let's get all those in place, and then we'll see about if we can use regular grass in some of them. Oops. Okay, good progress with the decor. I still need to grab some paintings, that's another thing that's missing. We'll get around to that, don't you worry. And then I need to grab some more flowers to put into these new planters that I'm placing here. Preferably ones I haven't used in the hotel yet. Because I want every single one of these to have different plants in them. Okay, so I'm done with these. Let me check the map. Okay, so the ones in this hallway here should be able to use regular grass, I think. Right? No? Weird, then why does stuff spawn down there? Huh. Well, I guess we'll have to grind some more origin grass in a bit. Why is the grass blue? It's more of a purple thing, and that's the biome color in the pocket dimension. That's what the biome color here dictates. But yeah, I'm gonna have to grab more. Origin grass is good because it always keeps this color. Okay, let's see. Flowers. Which ones can I use? So I have... I'll do that after I get the grass. I'll need some silk touch for that. I do have that silk touch pickaxe, but do I have a silk touch shovel lying around somewhere maybe? Anything with silk touch, maybe. I mean, the night metal pickaxe apparently has silk touch. And another iron pickaxe. You know what? That's fine. In that case, I'll use that. It's not as efficient. But it's what I have. Okay. So we need to go to the island. Why do you have a microphone? Oh, I got that from Miku. I got that one from Miku. Miko's there? Oh yeah, she's already in the hotel. We moved her in a while ago. In fact, she was one of the first residents of the hotel, if not the first resident, I think. Had no durability a second ago. Oh right, it broke. It broke. So yeah, that's why it had no durability. That's why I grabbed the second one. That's why I looked into the chest and grabbed another one. So that when that pickaxe broke, I would immediately have the spare on me. Okay, I think I have enough, but I can't quite teleport back yet because my warp stone is on cooldown. Let's check that shipwreck down here. Not sure if I've checked it out yet. Ah, inventory isn't generated. Okay, I definitely haven't checked this out yet. Then again, wouldn't it be better to wait for a blue moon? Would it be better to wait for a blue moon or nah? The thing is, will I remember the shipwreck is here when I encounter a blue moon? That's the thing. You'll probably forget. Probably. But hey, in case I do forget, now people here know that this chest exists and I haven't looted it yet. Maybe someone will claim it in my stead. Well, let's see. It looks like by the time my warpstone is charged up, it will be nighttime. Maybe if I'm lucky, this will be the night we finally get a blue moon. Might as well wait and see. Someone that's not me because I'm working with Bedrock Minecraft on my phone. Yeah, the inferior version. Oh, it's raining. Great. So, are we getting a lunar event of some kind tonight, or nah? At least we have dyed cauldrons. True. The thing is, I could probably mod that in. Ooh. Fancy little cave. Does this go anywhere? Oh, it does. It leads to the center of the island. Nice little way to come in from the from the coast. You could totally take a boat from the coast and then just come in and have like a little underground harbor area here. And you come out in the center of the island. Nice. Okay, it doesn't look like we get a special moon tonight. A shame. And the weather is harder. I know all about that. Well, I guess since it doesn't look like we're getting a lunar event and my warp stone is charged up, so I guess that means we are heading back. Oh, we're definitely heading back. I'm not dealing with those phantoms. So let's go over here. I have no idea what you're saying. No clue whatsoever. Let's see. I have some stuff to put away. Then I need to grab some paintings. Anything else I need to grab while I'm down here? I don't think so. Alright, flowers, though. I saw some stuff here. Not sure if I planted these yet. I'll take some just in case. What else do I have? Well, that's a sapling. I'm not gonna plant those. If only there was a way to sort by category in here. Alright, you raid your kitchen, do it. I'll be here. Well, there really should be a way to sort by type of material you're looking for. I definitely already got rose bushes, but I might as well grab them just to be on the safe side. Now these I'm definitely sure I already planted. Again though, doesn't hurt to play it safe. I'll just grab them, and if I've already planted them, I'll just bring them back. I mean, I guess I could plant drip leaf. Definitely think I did that already. Blue rose, also think I already did, but you never know, you never know. I already have. Yeah, no, I don't need lilacs twice. Pink allium, sure, definitely. I definitely think I planted those already, though. Bunch of signs. Tulips, not the most interesting out there, but guess it's something. Allium flower bush, maybe? Allium. The bellflower, that might be a new one. Okay, I think we're getting to some new ones here. Okay, we might have some new ones on our hands here. Let's go upstairs and see what we can do. Okay, first things first, let's verify what we already have. Alpine bellflower. Have I planted? Do I have those on me? Nope, haven't grabbed those. No, nope. Japanese orchid and pink tall allium I've already done. So, Japanese orchid, that's out. Pink tall allium is out. I assume regular tall allium is probably over here. Magenta, don't have that on me. I have purple and orange. Definitely don't have these on me. Or that. Tall lavender. I've done that. Peony. I've done that. And I guess the tall allium would be in the hallway over here. I'm definitely sure I planted that already. Yep. Then the pink. I have the white one. Didn't bring more of the pink one. Okay. Foxglove definitely did already. Had a feeling. Cyan. Again, not what I have on me. Bush, that's fine. And the flower, don't have this one on me. Yellow daffodil, don't have that on me. It's fine. Blue rose bushes, already done. And blue orchid. I did not plant rose bushes yet? Huh. You'd have thought I would have done that already. Okay, then we have quite a bit to work with. Let's go. Let's first get all the grass in here. And then things will look a lot livelier in a second. So let's get these ones in here. Then we'll have... Curious that I didn't do lilacs yet. Allium flower bush. Bellflower, that looks nice. Just want to double check. Am I sure I didn't do those? Huh. Okay. Fine by me. Okay, then over here. Purple sage. Let's get the rose bushes in here. This can go there. Drip leaf. And... don't like how close together they are. That'll be the case no matter what. Fine. In that case, I think I want to switch these. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Got some more origin grass to place. Continuing on with paintings. The problem is there is, again, the limited selection of paintings. Guess immersive paintings wouldn't be that bad of an addition to have at some point. Oh, speaking of, by the way, the mod vote, right? Immersive paintings, I think, is on that vote. The problem, however, is that it's only in second place, and in first currently is a gun mod, which I can't say I'm excited for that one to win. It's no secret that I'm not particularly fond of that stuff, so anyone who wants to vote for something other than the guns, be my guest. But if chat decides that's what they want, then there's little I can do about it. Alright, I might as well place the big ones. No, this needs to be you. Here. Yes. And again, here is another place where the variety wouldn't hurt if I had more paintings than just these two alternating. Sadly, that is essentially all I have access to right now in terms of the really big ones. Right. And then, wait, here. Back from the kitchen. Alright, nice. Welcome on back. We are almost done. I might as well finish things up now. Just need to grab some more flowers and then we're good. So none of these are good. Let's see what's beyond that. Again, I wish I could filter for flowers in here. If I just search flower, then I won't find these because none of them are called flower. Okay, let's see. You know what, maybe I'll even add some mushrooms. Kind of don't want to use all the different colored tulips. I want to preferably, yeah, there we go, white sage. That seems good. I mean, I'll take the tulips just in case of emergency. Lavender. I did tall lavender. Not sure if I did regular. Blue sage. Iris looks good. I definitely saw the blue orchid from what I remember. Definitely saw that. Don't think I saw magenta. I think I had cyan. I'm gonna grab both and just pick whichever after that. Slipper, that one looks new. Definitely had a pink daffodil up there. maybe. Coven flower, I'll try. Lily of the Valley, I'll try in case I didn't yet. Oh, this one looks interesting. Regular without a name to it, without a color assigned to it. Lollipop flower, pretty sure I don't have that one up there yet. And now it's once again getting hard to find more flowers. Where are they at? Seagrass, large fern. Fern. You know what? Screw it, I'm planting a large fern up there too. Okay, let's get that last batch of flowers sorted. So let's double check which ones do I have. The bellflower I definitely, yeah, took care of. So the magenta amaranth is the one I already have. So this one I will not be using. Pink daffodil, as I said, I already have, which is why I didn't even grab it. That's tall lavender, but I don't think I have regular lavender yet. Should have searched flower. Yeah, I know. Cyan amaranth I also already have. Coven flower, already have. Blue orchid, which is why I didn't even bring it, because I knew I already had it. And then the rest should be good. Right? Lazarus, definitely. Push. Orange, which is why I didn't even bring that anymore. Purple sage, well, I have blue and white. And that is purple amaranth, which is why I didn't bring that one either. Okay, so everything else should be good to be planted. Well then, let's start off. White sage. Camellia. Large fern. Oh god, no. Okay, we're not using large ferns because of their color. Let's do these lollipop flowers here. And then the iris. Large fern. That reasoning sounded very wrong. Hey, I'll do whichever reasoning I want. Lavender. Lily of the Valley. Blue sage. And one more. Let's do this one. Okay. That's everything in place. Once again, if I do have access to more paintings, some stuff will change. Like the ones on the side are duplicates, I think, and obviously these ones are basically all duplicates. But yeah, that's all done now. So not only did we finish the construction itself, we also finished all the interior and everything. It's a true construction wrap-up. Good. Good, good, good. So I can feel good about wrapping things up today. Let's put away the new origin grass. Now we have a little bit of a reserve of that. The only streamers I have a level 3 bloom. Honestly, that badge is very new. I haven't obtained one of those ever. And I know it's a relatively new thing, so it is an interesting one, though, and it's a good way to show off how committed you've been recently without having to, you know, be able to show off the streak or anything. Alright, I'll deposit my levels again. It's been a while since I've done that. Again, I'm not particularly happy with my building skills, but sometimes I make something and I'm like, yeah, no, that looks good. The library is one such example. I do like how the library turned out. And the storage area is another good example. And the restaurant. The entrance hall, it does its job, but I do think it's kind of mid. Like, we can agree that the storage looks nice, right? That's not just me. And then obviously there are some areas that I tried to make look very natural. Like, does this look a little bit like it could be a nether cave, realistically? I mean, the ceiling is a bit flat, but other than that. In case you're unaware what this is my basalt generator. Which is currently turned off, hang on. There we go. Haven't really ever used it, but I do have it. It's nice when it doesn't burn it. Yeah, it is kind of useless because these things are only worth 4 EMC each. I can get them much more quickly through the transmutation table. But I built that before I had the transmutation table. Obviously, if I have a basalt generator on the other side, I need to have the cobblestone generator. I mean, it makes sense to have this, right? And at least this one doesn't burn quite as frequently. All the ore I wasted by mining it with Silk Touch and then slapping it into the walls here. Did I put any diamonds in here? No, it doesn't look like I wasted any Yes, no, I did. I did put diamonds in here as well. You can consider it a waste, but whatever. Never build a proper cobblestone generator. Well, most times you won't need one. Because cobblestone is something you can get very easily without needing a generator. You only need that in very specific situations, like skyblock or something. Again, the reason I have these generators is because I had them before I added the transmutation table. And I just want my base to be 100% self-sustainable. And to be fair, my base is 100% self-sustainable. Because I have farms, and I have the transmutation table, so I can get whatever I want. Something killed itself, nice. Only I could move in. Honestly, I would love nothing more than to spend the rest of my life in this fictional place. In many fictional places, in fact. This is one of the ones where I would want to spend time, because I know everything here is self-sustainable. I have access to infinite cheeseburgers. Alright, I'ma get ready, get in position and everything. And there we go. I am now in AFKing position. Okay. That's a good point to end it for the day. Remember, tomorrow's stream is the anniversary stream. Big old tournament arc happening, so be sure to swing by and see who you're gonna root for. Obviously, anyone who sponsored a fighter will obviously probably root for their sponsored fighter, for obvious reasons. But I'm curious to see who will take home the tournament. I'm curious to see, especially because a third of the fighters is in fact sponsored. Out of the, 32 competitors, 11 do have a sponsor, which is quite something, honestly. The fact that we actually got 11 sponsors is insane. I'm hyped. We'll see how it plays out. I'm very, very hyped indeed. But yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Who will fall first? I feel bad for any sponsored fighter that gets eliminated round 1, but I know it's gonna happen. I have a very strong feeling, because one of the fighters is sponsored by Deadly's Twitch channel, and the fighter in question is a joke character that has a win rate of like maybe 1 in 10 matches. So I feel like Deadly's sponsored character will fall immediately in round 1. But you never know. Maybe it'll go well against all odds. But yeah, let me wrap things up for the day so I can be fresh and energized tomorrow. Let me close everything, and then we'll figure out who we can raid today. Let's see who's live. Do we want to raid Zora again? I think it's been a while since we've done that last. Not really that big on Final Fantasy, personally. So, if anyone here says they're not really, like, I don't know how much you guys care about Final Fantasy. Because if there's barely any interest and anyone has another suggestion for a raid, then that's also welcome. If not, then we'll raid Zora again. For now, I'll prepare everything so we can do that. And, yeah. Okay, about Final Fantasy whatsoever. Same, but Zora is an acquaintance of mine who I have a certain tragic connection with. I will never forget the XP Vanguard. Never ever forget. XP Vanguard for life. Visiting friends is nice. Yes, it is. Then again, since it's multiplayer, I'm not sure if Zora will have the time to really interact much with us. Since they're in a call and everything with like, what, 1, 2... of like 5 other people. Jesus. But it's not like I have anyone else to raid. So, Zora it is. Common Final Fantasy thing, it seems? So it seems. I mean, it is Final Fantasy Online, so... yeah. Anyway, everyone, be sure to be nice, share some love, and hopefully I will see most of you around tomorrow. And we'll see how the action plays out. Who will take home the win? Who will fall immediately? Will there be some insane upsets? I guess there's only one way to find out. And that is for tomorrow. Have a good post-stream. Thank you. I will do everything. I'm crashing out if I lose immediately. I doubt you will. From what I've seen, your fighter is one of the more competent ones that is in the tournament. I would be surprised if you fall indirectly in round 1, because I don't think Teto is particularly insanely powerful or anything. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, bye everyone. See ya. And of course, if you're watching this after it's been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, then your support has also been greatly appreciated. And you know what? If you want to catch me live in the future, you can do so. All you have to do for that is check the video description down below. I have a link to my Twitch there where I stream every single Friday and every single Saturday, and sometimes other days of the week too, on a bit more of an irregular basis. In any event, that's it from my side. Thank you so much for joining me, and maybe I'll see you around in the future. Bye bye.